What it do, what it do? It's your girl Lala, and you're tuning in to the Jump Off with Lala. With Lala. Yeah. Clack it, clack it. Yes, how are y'all doing tonight? So, as you can see, I am here. But whenever I'm here solo dolo, you already know Shamika Lachey was busy or King Caddy was busy. So then it's me. So never have to question. They're just not available at this time. So let's get into it. We're drinking Sutter Home Sweet Red. Drink it responsibly. Now I'm gonna be honest, this is a big bottle. So this been days and I didn't feel the need to buy a new bottle to drink some wine with y'all. But y'all know how I love to pop the bottles together. But unfortunately this one is already popped. I was gonna buy another one. I got a good bit left. Ain't no need. So whatever you drinking on, let's get it popping, cracking, and started. Long day, everyone. Long day. Thank you. I'm not here by myself tonight, y'all, so I have some help in the background. It's not just me. You know, when it's just me, y'all see I'm up and down, up and down. Okay. Cheers. Because we got our glass out. Okay, that's pretty good. But the original one we drink, if I'm not mistaken, Spring Creek. I think that's the one. I love that sweet red. It's really sweet and it goes down smooth. And I think it's like about 8%. This one is actually 12%. So you can imagine it don't taste as sweet, but it tastes good enough. No, you're not going to sit here and watch me do my show. It's not a kid's show. Thank you. Yeah, so let's get into it. It is season 2, episode 16, y'all. We are counting it down. We are getting it down. We're moving on. Bigger and better things. Season 3 will be up next. I'm just grateful for 2 seasons, you know, going into the 3rd season. So I thank y'all for rocking out with us and being here and supporting us. And we love it, okay? So, without further ado, season 2, episode 16. The name of this episode is The Fear of Success. All right. So, let's get into it. Y'all know whenever it's just me, I like to talk about some real stuff. I like to talk about real stuff with everybody, you know, whenever everybody's here. But I always seem to just be on some extra other stuff, you know. Because I like to talk to y'all. I like the engagement. But, so let's get into it. Welcome to the Jump Off with Lala. Today we are talking about something many people don't realize they're struggling with. The fear of success, right? We all say we want bigger opportunities, more money, greater achievements. But what happens when those things are actually within reach? Okay? Bring it here. Can you reach it? Can you reach it? Let's explore why success can be just as scary as failure and how we can stop standing in our own way. So let's get into it, y'all. We finna talk about it, baby. We finna talk about it. All right. Get my cards. I don't always have my cards prepared and ready, but I thought I would tonight. You know, looks good, professional. I need to actually get some cards made. I actually kind of made these myself, but we'll get into all that. Okay, so number one, of one of the things, you know, I want to give you a list of things of why people fear success, okay? So the first thing people fear is fear of change, right? Success often means leaving behind what's familiar. Even positive change can feel uncomfortable because people naturally gravitate towards what they know, right? So, whenever some people don't want to go no further, they're content with being on I guess a plateau kind of vibe or whatever you want to call it, and they are afraid of the unknown. You know, we truly do gravitate towards what we are comfortable with, what we know. You know, a lot of people stick to I'm gonna stick to what I know, but my thing is, or my biggest thing is, you have to make yourself uncomfortable. When you're uncomfortable, you are putting yourself or setting yourself up for the greater achievements. Because if we're just sitting here comfortable, I'm not going to give no more, give no less. I'm going to just be chilling and not doing it. But when I'm in an uncomfortable situation, I'm going to make sure I don't fail. I don't want to fail. I want to succeed. I want to be great. When you get into rooms with other people that you are inspired by, or you know, anything of that nature, you want to live up to, I'm not going to be the slack one up under here. So when you put yourself in uncomfortable situations, and this is just dealing with success, I'm not just talking about all the time, but when you're trying to deal with achievements and success, I do strongly recommend you put yourself in uncomfortable situations. Let me give you an example. So for the podcast, me and Shamika Lachey, we are very comfortable sitting here in these green, beautiful chairs talking to y'all, okay? We love that shit. We will talk to y'all all day, all night, and don't give a damn, and we're comfortable doing that. We're okay. When we first started season 1 at the very beginning, oh my God, when I go back and look compared to now, I can definitely see the growth. I love the growth, and I'm just excited to keep growing with you guys. So we're comfortable here. But I told myself, in order to really start networking and getting out there and having people talk about the Jump Off with Lala, we have to put ourselves in rooms with these kind of people who would do that. And being in those rooms, you're uncomfortable because you don't know nobody. You know, you gotta talk, have your conversation, your game up. You know, you have to do these things, and it's not always comfortable. Some people are not always easy to approach, you know, so you just have to come with your A game. I put my big girl panties on, and we're gonna get it done. Because at the end of the day, my mom always told me it's either yes or no. Like, it is what it is, but I'm gonna work for it. I don't expect nothing to be given to me. I want to earn it. You know what I'm saying? And I want that to be known. So that is me personally. But if you're one of those type of people where you are, you know, comfortable with just doing the same thing, that's going to be something that you have to decide within yourself when you're ready to step up or go up the ladder a little bit more. You know, as you go higher in the ladder, you're higher in heights, and most of us, like myself, are scared of heights, so you're uncomfortable once again. So whenever you're ready to take that step, then you take that step, but just make sure you handle your business and do what you got to do and stand on that. And that's what, you know, my advice is in that particular scenario, you know. So a discussion question, you know, to give y'all some time to talk back to me, I would like to ask is, have you ever avoided an opportunity because it would have changed your life too much? That's a good one. Y'all, I changed my things up. But that is a good question. Have you turned down an opportunity because it would have changed your life too much? Please comment, let me know. Have you or have you not? This is a no judgment zone, okay? Because that's the great thing I love about this podcast is we are unapologetically ourselves. We are open. I don't judge nobody because I know my closet got some motherfucking skeletons, okay? And not really, because most of the close people know me, pretty much know my all my shit, you know. Like I'm an open book with the people that I love and care about. If you don't know me, you don't know me. But if you know me, then you know what's up. But I'm not here to judge. So please, in the comment, if you have, you know, if I have to be realistic, I think at some point I chose not to do something because I felt nervous, or I felt unprepared, or I just felt I wasn't ready. So I may have turned down an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say necessarily because it changed my life too much, but it's just because I was uncomfortable and I wasn't ready. And I'm one of those ones that when I step out on a scene, I want to be 100% ready to do whatever I got to do. Even if I am uncomfortable, I want to be prepared, if that makes sense. So I have turned down opportunities because I felt like I wasn't prepared, but it wasn't because I was afraid of being uncomfortable. I've been in so many uncomfortable positions. Look here, all I say, hey, put me in a room and I'll do the rest. Like, I don't need anybody to do nothing for me, okay? Because this mouthpiece of mine, get to going. Let me see, I got something else, y'all. I got to figure out what I did with this stuff, because I love it. I love it. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, so the second thing I want to address is fear of higher expectations. Y'all, sometimes I'm a little extra moist tonight. Swallow hard. Okay. Once people achieve success, right, they may worry about maintaining success and repeating it. Okay, thoughts like, what if I can't do it again? Or can I create pressure? So that's another good one too. You know, some people feel like, okay, I may have looked up. For instance, going viral. People don't, everything you post or every video you post, even if as a content creator, is not going to go viral. So you will have that one time where your video might go viral, you get hits, boom, boom, bam. But some people fear of, okay, this is me stepping in. I went viral. Let me hit the gas. Let me go up. You know, let me hit that gas and keep pushing because it's hot right now. Some people will take that viral moment and have that moment and that's it. Probably fear of, damn, am I good enough? Can I do it again? Can I be great again? Would they like this video as much as they like the other one? Or they might not like this one as much. So then they kind of close off their opportunities because you have that fear of not believing you can do it again. Or maybe even believing in yourself. You know what I'm saying? And granted, I'm no doctor. Oh, let me do this finger. I'm no doctor, I'm no psychiatrist or anything like that. This is just based off my personal feelings and opinions, and I did Google some of this information. So yeah, I got some of it off Google, so some of it's factual, but most of it is just, you know, me. I'm not trying to be no doctor or anything like that. Let me do that full disclaimer, okay? So, but yeah, some people just feel like maybe they can't do it again. Me personally, I'm not one of those. I feel like if I did it once, I can definitely do it again because I am her. Ha ha! Let me try it again. And excuse me for the smack, y'all. I've been trying to get it. Trying to hard swallow. I told you my mouth moist. And granted, let me know too in the comments. Sometimes, especially when I get into talking about what I'm talking about, I talk kind of fast. So if I'm talking too fast, I try to slow it down. If I talk too fast or something, or you miss something, or you don't catch something, look, y'all already know our comments, DMs, it's open. You know what I mean? So make sure you do that. So the discussion question for this one I would like to ask is, look up it in the chords and stuff. Is it harder to reach success or stay successful? Ooh, that's a good one too. Where this girl getting all this good stuff from? No, that's a good one though. What do you guys think? Please let me know. Do you think it is harder to become successful or harder to stay successful? I think it's a little bit of both. In my personal opinion, I think it's a little bit of both. I think some people, it's hard for them to become successful. I also feel like once you become successful, you did all it takes to be successful. that it could be hard to stay successful because you have an expectation now that you have to live up to it. Even when you don't feel like it, even when the internet is mean and cruel, because y'all love computer thugs be gangster behind these computers and these screens, and y'all getting these comments and getting beside yourself because y'all know y'all probably not gonna ever see that person that y'all ragging on. But I can guarantee you 9 times out of 10, if you met that person in person, you would not be talking that same way. And I can stand on that. I truly believe that. So with that being said, be careful in the comments. We like to do discussions, have debates, but we don't want no cruelty, okay? Like I said, no judgment zone over here. But I do think it's harder for some folks, especially to stay successful, because you have that expectation. That's just like when you got to go to work, or you got to go to school, or you got to be somewhere, or you have an appointment at this time. You know, you have to get up, and that day you might not feel like, you might not be with it, you might, you know, read people comments and let them discourage you, just all kind of reasons. So I do think it's very challenging to stay successful. I don't know if it's harder to become successful versus stay successful, but I do definitely think it's challenging to stay successful. And I also think it's challenging and hard to become successful because, you know the saying, it got to be in you and not on you. So if you're not ready for it, then you're not going to become successful. Me personally, I would love to be further along in my career and things that I'm doing, but I am blessed from where I'm at and from where I came. So if I look at where I came from and the accomplishment I achieved from that, I'm already successful. And in the process of trying to stay successful, I feel like I am definitely consistent, and I'm still trying to do my thing and keep it moving. Like, y'all, I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. A little story time for y'all. Just a quick story time. I ain't gonna take too much of y'all time. But today was a hard day for me. It was very, very hard. And I wasn't gonna shoot tonight, but because I have such a busy week the rest of this week, I don't know when I'm gonna have another time to shoot. So I said, you know what? Besides today, all the encounters I had to encounter at work with my car, I got home, some stuff was just crazy. Yeah. So with all that being said, I still put on my big girl panties and said, let me shoot tonight because I got to get this done. Because I care about my success, and I care about being consistent, and I care about giving you guys what you're waiting and looking for. Y'all probably be looking to watch me every week. You know, y'all want to see Lala on y'all screen. I got to get that to y'all. Y'all loyal to me, I got to be loyal back, baby. So let me know what you think of that too as well. If you think that is harder to become successful or harder to stay, or which one. I just think it's challenging for both. But if you are built for it and it's in you and not on you, then granted, you are going to kill it. You know, that's just what it is, right? So that's how we go. So we also have the imposter syndrome is what they call it, right? Many successful people fear they don't deserve their achievement and fear being found out. That's a good one. Let me know what y'all think about that. That's good. I don't know anyone personally or anybody who's personally said it out loud that they didn't deserve their achievements. I know people who are very humble and they don't give themselves enough credit, or they're not going to boast about themselves. They're not going to brag about themselves, but they will come and lift you up high to the sky and make you feel like you can do anything. But I don't know that I know anybody who don't deserve or felt like they didn't deserve their achievement. I deserve every bit of achievement that I accomplished. Alright, yeah, I know how to do. Battery died. Shit, I had to plug it up. I thought I had it charged it up, but I guess not. Anywho, back at it. We're back in this biatch. But yeah, I definitely think and believe I deserve every achievement I accomplish because I worked my ass off for it and I tried for it and I was very intentional in what I was trying to do and succeed in. So yeah, I do. So if let me know, do y'all know people who don't feel like they don't deserve their achievement or don't feel like, you know what I'm saying, they earned it or whatever? I feel like the people who feel like that know they probably did something wrong. Like they probably cheated their way through, or they probably stepped on the next man or backstabbed somebody else. That, to me, this is my personal opinion, to me, I feel like that's the only reason why you would feel like you don't deserve what you worked so hard for. Unless you know, cut corners and you didn't work hard. Then you'll start feeling all guilty like, hey, do I deserve this? Dad, people gonna find out? Is people gonna know? I don't know. So, you know, that's how I would look at it. So, I don't know. But the discussion question that I would like to ask you is, why do talented people struggle to see their own value? Oh, that is a good one. Because that piggybacks off kind of what I said when I said I know some folks that they don't really, you know, boast on their self, or they're so humble to the point that it seems like, you know, they don't feel like they're is valuable that they are. So I think I think that's a great question. Let me ask that again. Why do talented people struggle to see their own value? If y'all know that answer, please comment, because I would like to know. Because I have been around people like that, and it's like, what? You're crazy. You're so talented. What are you talking about? The fuck? So, yeah. And that might go back to the deserving their achievement. But I wouldn't say that because I necessarily haven't heard anybody say that. But I have been around people who, you know, like I said, just, oh my gosh. Freaking fuck. Freaking fracking cracking I didn't have the cord plugged up. Dang, y'all, I'm halfway through the show and realized I didn't have the cord hooked up. So y'all didn't hear when I first played the music, when we started. Y'all didn't hear my clock hits. Y'all didn't hear none of the extra stuff I did on the caster. But y'all still heard me talk, so at least that's important. Yeah, and I just looked down at the cord like, oh shit, it's not even plugged up. Y'all, like I said, it was one of them days, but I'm still here with y'all because I love y'all. But yeah, that's a great question. So if you know the answer, if you're one of those people that does that, please, I would like the insight, because when you're valuable, you're valuable. If you got it, you got it. If you're great, you're great. And everybody should recognize that and know that, and within their self, you know. And yeah, and go from there. So my other one is fear of responsibility. Success often comes with more decisions, leadership, and accountability. Ha, that's a big one. A lot of people don't like to take it. Not everyone feels ready for that level of responsibility. I can concur. I can definitely agree with that. Not everybody can be a leader. Not everybody have the power to take on certain responsibilities. It can break you. You can crash out. I know people that are very smart. I mean, you're just smart, but that doesn't mean you can lead, or that doesn't mean you can handle the responsibilities or handle the pressure. You know what I'm saying? So that is definitely another good one. And some people just don't want all the extra responsibilities. I'm gonna be honest with certain things that I do. That's why I try to stay within my scope of what I know I'm, you know, gonna excel in. Now, granted, I know I might sound like I'm contradicting myself. Let me go back. Granted, I don't mind being uncomfortable to be successful. Let me clear that up. I don't mind, doing this podcast was definitely out of my comfort zone, okay? I'm one of the ones like, yo, let me be like a writer or something in the background, let somebody do my shit or sing my shit or whatever, and not get paid back here. Like, behind this. Like, I ain't gonna see me. I'm behind this. You know, even though I have this boldly outgoing personality, you know, you would think, yeah. You know, like I said, it was a family friend who brought it to my attention to do the podcast. And at first I was like, no, I'm too private. Like, if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, you don't. But I like to do my thing. I don't want everybody in my business. I don't want to be judged by the world because I don't give a damn. Because, like I said, people behind these screens can be very cruel. And it's just for no reason. It's crazy. But when I thought about it, I'm like, yeah, I think I built for it. Built for it tough. What you talk about? I can do it. And I'm here doing it. In season 2 already. Finna get ready to go to season 3. So I just want to make sure we were clear on that because I didn't want y'all to be coming for me like, oh, you contradicting yourself. But I guess let me say it like this. I don't want to take on so many projects where I have so much my phone. I'm sorry, y'all. I am so sorry. But that was a pretty important call, but I just told him to text me because I don't want to be interrupted. I want to finish with you guys. But yeah, I don't want to take on so many things where I have so much responsibility to the point that I get overwhelmed. So let me say that. But I don't mind responsibility. I don't mind being a leader. I don't mind leading. I do, however, feel like if I'm in a leadership position that I'm not finna talk to people like they're kids and keep chasing you and following behind you. You know what you got to do. You got your job. You got your description. Handle that business. So if I have to keep coming to you or checking up on you or doing this, then I feel like you're not the one for me. I shouldn't have to hunt you down. You know what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? We're grown. We're not kids. Like, I could see if I hired some teenagers or I was leading some teenagers or kids or children and stuff like that, okay. But when it comes to adults, you know better. If you know better, you do better. And if you don't know better, then you don't need to be on my team because I'm... Call me bossy. You know, my sister has called me bossy a few times. But it's not that I mean any harm. It's not that I'm trying to be a bitch. It's not that I'm trying to feel like I got to control everything. It's more so that I'm trying to get the job done. And I'm trying to get it done correctly and in a timely manner. And I don't got time for the games. So, I don't know. Maybe that could be bossy. I'm sorry. But I really try to, you know, come at everybody with respect and have these conversations with people and try to get on the same page, you know. So the discussion question for that is, does greater success always mean greater pressure? I believe so. I do. I feel like, you know, that's just like the more money you make, the higher your budget go, the higher your bills go. So like with success, the more success you are, definitely the greater responsibilities come on and stuff like that. I totally agree. If you don't, let me know. If you do, let me know. But definitely comment on the comments and just chat it up and talk with us, you know. So we're going to do the game. And go from there. But I definitely want to let you guys know that don't be afraid of success. Success can look like anything as long as progression. You feel me? Now, I don't know if y'all really been paying attention watching these episodes, you know, but your girl been losing some weight, okay? Some outfits or some shirts out where I be looking back like, oh, look how loose that is on me. But that's because I know. Hopefully y'all notice too. So hopefully y'all have been paying attention. But your girl been losing some weight. So that's success, okay? Long as I'm progressing. And I don't know if you noticed, but I have on a cap that says Dad. This weekend is Father's Day weekend, so I want to put on this hat to represent for the fathers. Definitely the great fathers and doing something now. If you're just a sperm donor, that's just what you are. But happy Father's Day to all the amazing fathers out there. I must say that despite what me and my ex is going through, he is a great father to his kids. And he's just a great friend. And we still have a great, co-parenting relationship. So it's no beef or nothing. But I definitely want to tell all the fathers happy Father's Day. I should have made this a special edition for Father's Day. Give y'all flowers and y'all recognition as well. Just like us mothers want it, y'all fathers want it. We all like a little validation. Sometimes just hearing something nice, hearing something good can just brighten your day. So I'm gonna let you men know happy Father's Day, okay? And I hope you enjoy your weekend and with your family and with your kids and everything. So happy Father's Day. Now let's get into the game. I didn't add any new questions in here, and I believe I took some out. So we're gonna get what we get, okay? And that's gonna be just that. What's a silly fear or superstition you have? I don't know if it's silly, but I'm afraid of heights. No, fuck. Don't put my big ass up there. No, but I am definitely afraid of heights. I'm afraid of water bugs who are very smaller than me, but they move so fast and they're just so creepy. Oh, you step on them, they crunch. Can't stand them. I was always like, you get your foot swept with the broom, you spit on the broom. That was the type of superstition. I don't really follow it now. For the most part, I haven't swept over my foot or no one else's. But if I did, I wouldn't spit on the broom like I used to. I used to be big on not splitting the poles and stuff like that. But, I'm not that big on it now. You get older, it's like, oh, yeah, whatever. I do still believe, though, if you break glass, you have bad luck, breaking a mirror or something. So I try not to do that. But that's mine. What is yours? If you would like to share it, okay? So just get at us and let us know. If there's anything that y'all want to DM, sometimes people don't want to comment openly. Our DM is open. If you ever want to talk about anything, ask any advice about anything, if I don't know the answer, I will make sure I get the answer for you and try to get you whatever help or whatever it is that you need or advice that you need. I'm not, like I said, I'm not perfect, and I never claim to be perfect, but I'm pretty secure in myself and the things that I talk about with you guys, and just letting y'all know what's up, straight like that. So with our closing thoughts, let me take a sip real quick. Glass is so heavy. It's so heavy. Okay. Success doesn't just change your circumstances, right? Let me repeat that. Success don't just change your circumstances. It can change your identity. Okay, let's say that again. It can change your identity, your relationships, and your comfort zone. The question isn't whether success will challenge you. The question is whether you're willing to grow into the person who can handle it. Ooh. That speaks so many volumes, you guys. It's not about all these other things, challenging, or if you're willing. It's about, are you going to be able to change into the person who can handle it? Because we all are faced with opportunities. This world is big enough where we all can eat, okay? Everybody can eat a piece of that pie. We all can eat. So, are you one of the persons who make sure, did it go down the drain? Run it with hot water for 5-10 minutes. Straight hot water. Put it on complete hot. Sorry, I told you I wasn't here by myself. I'd still be mommy. But yeah, are you willing to change so you can handle it? Because baby, a lot of us, I'm saying us, including myself, are faced with great opportunities, and are we willing to change to be able to handle it? Because it's there. Can you handle it? Can you handle it? I'm so silly. Okay. A little advice I would like to give you guys is definitely tap into what you really want to do. And if you're not sure, grab a piece of paper, write some ideas, and go with what you feel like you can be the best at. And even if that's something that you're comfortable doing, you still can't just be comfortable just coasting. You have to push whatever it is that you're choosing to do, and you have to go for it, okay? So definitely I would say try to narrow it down, figure out what it is that you really want to do, and go for it. Sometimes we don't know where to start. Well, prayer. Let's start there. Pray for all things. And sometimes if you're going to an era of something that someone is doing that you know, okay, this person have more knowledge than me, it ain't nothing wrong with having a little conversation. Pick their brains a little bit and try to go from there. Do your research. Google is always there. Now the new thing is ChatGPT. Well, not really new, but a lot of people are now on it versus before. You know, not so many people using it as they are now. So you have avenues and things that you can do to figure out the backstory of what you're trying to do, the information, the knowledge. So it's very well possible. So I just say tap into that. Stay consistent. Stay true to who you are. Don't let the game change you. Clock that. But just make sure that you're willing to be able to handle whatever responsibility you put on yourself so you can have the best success possible. Okay? And don't get overwhelmed and crash out. I love it. I love it. And are my affirmations to you guys is what I always tell you. We love you. You're beautiful people. So we're going to rock out. Cause you sure look good to me. Hey, no, I got more to say. Okay. I know that's normally the end, but before I go, I have one last thing. I have a couple questions to ask you guys just to help keep the engagement up and for you guys to respond and just talk back with me on my little paper. I didn't have enough room on my cards. So the first one is, have you ever sabotaged your own success, right? Have you? What's one opportunity you turned down because it scared you? Do you think fear of success is more common than fear of failure? And what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? Please, y'all. I ain't gonna answer them questions. Those were for y'all. I want to know. Talk to me now. Talk to me. But yeah. So with that being said, y'all have a great night. Be blessed, and we love you. Good night. Goodbye. Good night. Until next time.